G'day guys, Bob Pillar here from Cornerstone Law Offices. Once again, welcome to our panel of experts that we often bring in experts in different areas talking about their industry, their services. And today we've got Steve Kovacs from Key Wealth Strategies, and he will be talking a little bit more about what he actually does as far as strategies is concerned. Steve, so welcome to our discussion, and tell me a little bit more about yourself and about your business.
Correct. Thank you, Bob. Yeah, thank you for having me. I've been in the Key Wealth Strategies environment of property investment for over 20 years. And through that 20 years, I've educated people, and I want to use the word educated people, mums and dads, professionals. It doesn't matter. Investment strategy is something new that people really don't understand. Educating people on how to buy an investment property and keep it long term.
Interesting. And for the viewers out there, I actually met Stephen about a couple of months ago, and then I really had one-on-one meeting with him just to understand his business, which kind of attracted me to bring him onto the panel. And I often say, Steve, if there was someone like you 20 years ago when I first bought my rental property, I would have gained so much, but obviously, we can't wind back time, and so that's why we actually got you. Now, tell me a little bit more about your background and what actually led you into educating people and with your services as far as the strategies are concerned.
It's a combination of things. Firstly, I was in general real estate, and I've shown people how to buy real estate as an owner-occupier. And then I saw people struggling as an owner-occupier, servicing that mortgage, raising a family, and all that. And then I started to identify different processes which would allow people to buy an investment property. And I'm thinking, how can people be paying off an owner-occupied home, be stressed out to a level, working hard? How do they have any money to buy an investment property? So I really did some research and then stumbled across through a lot of education, self-education, and a frustration of my own of paying too much tax. And then I identified one of the best things associated with an investment property. It's not the only thing, and it's not the reason you do it, is you can pull back a bit of tax money to assist you in servicing an investment property.
Which is a lot different than the old Aussie dream, it's you get one house, white picket fence, and you pay it off, and that's the dream that a lot of people have, because that's the way we've been taught, correct? And obviously, if you don't know the infrastructure and systems around how it works as far as the taxation, your superannuation and depreciation and the legalities and so on, you really don't know unless you have someone like you to actually guide you and educate you with the right tools.
Exactly. And thank you for hitting on those points. People just think, oh, I lived in a house all my life, I know how to buy an investment property. It's a different beast, and it's a different structure altogether. Yeah. You're buying an investment property for long-term wealth, long-term holding of it. Sure, there are other ways people buy investment property, but I'm talking about a strategy for giving you sizable amounts of money down the track. It involves patience, which people don't have today. That's why they need someone like us and yourself to guide people, hold their hand, and work them through the myriad of things they've got taking place. So it is getting a really good, strong property.
Yep.
Associated with property, you've got to have conveyancing. If you don't get the right conveyancing in place, I'm talking legal, you could be buying something you haven't got real strong title over.
So, interesting. Yeah, we get that a lot. Yeah. When people really don't understand the legalities around it.
Exactly. And then you've got to have a good accountant to make sure you're pulling in the tax, pulling back the tax at a legal level, and satisfying the tax code. You've also got to have property managers. You've also got to have a good finance team behind you. So all those things are necessary service requirements that are involved when you're buying an investment property. And I had to go and find those, educate myself on those, and then make them available for my clients. So in one go, they can get the idea of buying an investment property, and why are they doing it? They want to have real extra money down the track. They like to pull in some tax money along the way, some cash flow, and they don't want to be looking at it every day and worrying about it. So we've got a system that allows them to do
system in place. So how long have you been doing this, Steve?
Yeah, over 20 years.
Over 20 years, there you go, yeah. Obviously, you're not a spring chicken, you can see. You've been doing this for 20 years, there's a bit of grey hair there. Well, thank you, viewers. This is obviously the first part of my discussion with Steve from Key Wealth Strategies. And if you want to get in touch with Steve or want to find out more about what his services are and any questions relating to investment property, please click the button below and we will get in touch with you. And Steve, if it's okay, we will sometime down the track, we will do a second episode where I would like you to educate the first home buyers who are looking at potential in investment property down the track, and people who've already got a place looking at buying their investment property. So would that be okay if we can, have a meet up again and we'll do a second part to that?
Love to, really good.
Thank you, everyone. We'll see you in part 2 with Steve Kovacs from Key Wealth Strategies.